Hi, it's James here with another Pro Tools Expert microphone review. We're going to stay in drum world just for one more video, I promise, and look at two mics from Shure, the Beta 98 AMP and the Beta 27. Now, the Beta 98 AMP, to my mind, looks quite a lot like an electric toothbrush, but trust me, this is the best sounding electric toothbrush ever. You can hook it up to your toms directly on this little clamp called an A75M. You can see here that the cardioid capsule is mounted on a kind of mini gooseneck arm, which is attached to the main kind of body and preamp section of the mic. This is the bit that actually clamps in, as you can see. For me, the best thing about the gooseneck is it really allows you to get the mic exactly where you want it. If you want to put the mic up close and get a really closed sort of sound, a really sort of a tight, attacky sound, you can do. And if you want to lean it back, get it away from the head a bit, get a bit more air and a bit more space to the drum sound, you can do. You can, of course, mount it on a conventional stand with a normal clip, but the A75M is quite neat, quite compact, and very well put together. Now, the one thing I have noticed from all these Shure drum mics is their output is incredibly high. As you can see here, here's my active channels, and if we go to the top of the channel strips, you can see the gain settings for my Avid Pre's. And that's really quite low compared to other drum mics I've used. Probably because they're condensers and hence they require phantom power. Now the other mic I'm using in this session is for my overheads. This is a Beta 27. It's a super cardioid mic with a reasonably flat frequency response. A little notch in there about 6K. It's a fixed super cardioid mic, but you do have a certain amount of control on the back. On the right hand side you have a minus 15 dB pad. And on the left, you have two different bass frequency roll-offs. But for the life of me, after trawling the Shure website, I can't actually find out what these frequencies are. But I'm going to roll off some of the bottom end because primarily all I want to do is use this for picking up my overheads. It's going to get a little bit of the toms, but I want this just to pick up the overheads. But you know what? I think I'm fairly convinced that for overheads, super cardioid could be the way to go. I'm getting a much better stereo separation from my overheads than I ever have done before. I've got my session built, so all I'm going to do is just lay down some drums, and I'm going to lay down a groove that I'll be using in the next mic review. You'll also see there's two mic channels set up for the kick. There's the kick on the inside and kick out. Now the inside mic is the Beta 91A, which we talked about a couple of videos ago. And I'm going to leave you guessing about the outside mic until the next video. So here we go, let's just lay down the drums for this particular track. So one of the things I've noticed about these Shure drum mics over what I usually use is I'm getting a much brighter, much more attacky kind of sound. Now, my normal mics are great for kind of rock and roll and that kind of big drum sound. But if I was recording jazz, funk or fusion or something that required a really tight, really sort of clinical drum sound, I'm definitely going to be leaning towards the Shure mics in future. I've got a really nice stereo spread, a really nice separation from the overheads. The tom mics sound great. There's no processing on anything. So what I'll do now is I'll sign off, but I'll leave you with me playing through the individual drums and soloing them so you can hear exactly what's coming down the channels. I think the tom mics sound great. I think the floor tom sounds huge. It's definitely going to need a little bit of gate and compression just to kind of pull it back a little bit and make it blend in better with the rest of the kit. But it sounds absolutely vast. The snare sounds great, the kick sounds massive. Again, might need a little bit of 1176 on that just to push it back and give it that kind of Chris Lord algae sound. But sounding really good so far with absolutely no processing. So I'll leave you with that and see you on the next microphone review.